Hello everyone, my name is Rituro, and this is my life in Silver-ish League. My opponent today, he's an unranked one. Apparently he is Master Slippy. Master Slippy, oh my goodness me. Now, you may be noticing something here. Master Slippy, much like me, is a Zerg. He thinks I'll win. Little does he know that when I play random to try and learn, I am not good on Zerg. I am horrible on Zerg. If you have watched this series, and there's my attempt at a horrible joke, random, dicey proposition, because it shows the die when you roll random. Yeah, Slippy likes it. Good stuff. Let's skip into the good stuff here, as I attempt to try and Zerg with someone who claims he's rusty, but that means he used to play Zerg quite a bit. And I'm already dealing with somebody who's playing their native race, or their favored race, at least. Going with the extractor before spawning pools to get that metabolic boost up quicker, something perhaps I could learn from. But more importantly, I do have my spawning pool up, 13 workers, working like mad here, as I will now send these overlords out to do the scouting. Meanwhile, this drone has spotted my overlord and goes, oh, okay, well, I know where he's coming from, and he's already determined where I'm coming from and what he needs to do. Off the back of this, though, I do have my first expo up and running. I at least know I'm playing Zerg. I need to have more production on the field than what I have previously. And that means getting at second base, doing something with all of this this potential. Because I got drones, and that's great, but I gotta be able to have them mining, and I gotta be able to spit out more than 6 Zerglings at a time. 2 of them on the field now to do their scouting. First queen is about halfway done. Supply block, which is not surprising. I do need to work on managing my overlord count. At least I do have them out scouting, so it's not just sitting there as static lumps at my base. However, they are going to move out here. They are going to spot this expansion. And here's where, when I'm playing Zerg, my decision making is not, up to snuff. But it should be. As I'm scouting around, I'm just looking around here, whatever. I don't move those Zerglings all the way to the corner, which is bad. I could have spotted him. I could have maybe forced to cancel on that hatchery. I doubt it, though. It's too far up. I mean, 2 lings are not going to take down 1 hatchery, and by the time I did, the queen would just about have spawned. Actually, would have been close. Would have been close, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, those lings would for sure have been up. And then, yeah, there's no reason why this hatchery can't stay alive. So I wouldn't have delayed the hatchery, that's for sure. But I could have at least, made life a little more interesting. This overlord, though, will manage to get a good scout off. He'll see what's going on. He knows he's found the base. He's found the creep. He's going to hang out here and see what's what right on top of this wonderful Inferno lava fall. My goodness, that's why why we call it Inferno Pools, folks. That's why we call it Inferno Pools. Meanwhile, with his own overlord scouting by Master Slippy, he wants to make sure he has vision of his area of the world, and it's a good thing he does so. 4 lings. 4 lings with that custom skin, looking pretty fancy. Sitting at the front door, keeping an eye out. They will munch to death that first ling. As his metabolic boost is almost complete, that's going to be bad news for me. I have not even started my metabolic boost, despite having the Vespene I need to get it done. That was the whole reason for me getting the Vespene in the first place. Oh, Rituro. Oh, Rituro, you gotta learn. You gotta get that metabolic boost out right away. There is a queen on the field, though. 1 queen there. As I am trying to get my creep spread going. 2 queens, actually, as I try to get this creep. And I learned a valuable lesson here. I do remember this much from this match. As I'm trying to get my creep spread growing the creep spread in 2 directions, you unfortunately cannot grow creep spread down cliffs. So there'll be a lot of tumors that sit here doing nothing. A lot of energy wasted in the early game. I could have just used to move out the front door and called it a day. But you live and you learn. And again, I'm certainly learning Zerg. And I will probably be for a long while. No shocker. There. Second base doing well here for Slippy. I think we look at the army supply here. Yeah, work supply, he actually got 2 drones up on me. 1 drone up now. Army supply slightly favoring him, so it's fairly close, though I have lifted my supply block fairly substantially. So I do have the capacity to pass him once I, start building stuff. I do have some spine crawlers going down, though. Not sure what to expect. Figure a little bit of rush defense, probably not a bad idea. I know there are lings. They could do a run by. They could go for my line, so having queens and crawlers should keep me safe. Meanwhile, I almost built with drones carrying minerals. Learned my lesson. Don't do that. Down goes the Baneling nest for that Ling-Ling bust combo. So good. And Crawler down here at third base complete. More drone cocoons being created. Glial reconstruction for these roaches. So Slippy has definitely tech switched here. He's not going to stick with Zerglings for long. He is got the metabolic boost and he's mixing in the bigger, the heavier hitter, the roaches. That's what you want to have here. And on the low ground, we see the Evo Chamber getting itself ready to rock and roll for those. Always wonderful tech upgrades. Third base now going here for Master Slippy. And here we see how a good Zerg player works, getting that third base sooner than later. I have the money in the bank. I'm not using it nearly well enough. This would be a great time to go get that third base. I do have plenty of Overlords, and that's all well and good. Doing well to get creep going. My spread could stand to be quite a bit better, though. As you can see, I am now slightly disappointed that I can't go down this cliff. Unfortunate. I do have my hatchery getting layer tech, though. That's not too shabby. At least I'm remembering to get the tech up that way. However, I am way behind Master Slippy, who's already there. Already has his layer tech up and running. He could do anything he wants here, but he's going to go and inject the larvae instead, because that's what you got to do. Got to get those larvae on the field. I do have Lings here sitting underneath this Overlord for reasons that I'm not entirely certain of. I mean, I'm basically showing my hand to Slippy. He knows I have Lings, and he knows I'll park him there for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, my Overlords just sort of sitting there. He's scouting, doing his thing. This Overlord's going to get a good scout off. He's going to scout right over the Queen, who takes some time out of her busy day to inject larvae before spitting down this Overlord. I will note that there are roaches, though. I will see that. So at least my read on that will tell me what I need to do to get around that. Having completed my lair tech. Great timing, though, at the end of that read. That does mean if I'm going up against roaches, I want stuff that can hit it and not get hit back, which means you build a Spire. Ling Ling Muta. It's like the triple M of Zerg players. Easy to do, everyone loves it. Another thing that's easy to do that everyone loves, building more bases. I've got money in the bank here. I could easily set down a third. Heck, I could do a third and a fourth base off the back of this. But nope. I am trying to spread my creep out, though. Making sure I have that little bit of room to move. Although it's not going nearly as well as Master Slippy here, who does have his creep spread going out the front door quite nicely. Spire about halfway done. As I have morphed down my own two Overseers off these Overlords, who now are going to stop having this little Overlord convention here. They will spread out, go scout the map. That's what you got to do with your Overlords as the Overseer now. These extra blinky eyes. Keeping an eye out for what's what. More Lings now flooding the field. So try to keep that gas in reserve. Well, extractor is up. Nobody's mining it. Tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk indeed. That crawler in the center may be causing more grief than it solves. But with the Spire almost done, it means it's Muta time. Could be standing to inject a few more larvae, that's for sure. Meanwhile, I now finally do have gas collection underway here. That's much better. Do I have a third base underway? Now we have a third base underway. Now we're getting somewhere. As the Overlords head out and scout the map, now we're getting somewhere. There we go. 4 mutas on the way. Still no inject larvae going on. Tisk, tisk. Queens sitting there idle. Lots of queens, lots of energy. And they are not going to do a lot more than that. Meanwhile, these Lings have discovered the Ling army is full of roaches, and it's time to get the heck out of Dodge and run backwards quickly. Meanwhile, I will try and spread the creep a little bit further here. Hopefully protect my third base while I'm at it. There's the Changeling. The Changeling Zergling sees the army. And that's about it. That's all it sees. Not a heck of a lot more than that. Meanwhile, I'm not paying attention because I'm busy getting mutas. Gotta get those mutas. 3 more queens on the way as well. They're trying to have as much defense as I can. Maybe get some transfuse going. Queens, all-purpose, good unit. Can drop creep tumors. They can inject larvae. They can do all kinds of things. They're truly good at what they do. Meanwhile, down drops another Changeling as the queens continue their rampage of getting creep tumors down and placed. You're getting that creep spread out as best as it can. Meanwhile, this base is up and running. Another queen being built here as more drones show up to try and take advantage of this brand new unused base. On the economy side, Master Slippy has passed me big time because he's hit a supply block and can't actually afford to build anything. But it's not going to matter because the queens are going after these Zerglings, and that's not good. All that energy to waste. Meanwhile, the roaches are like, oh, goody. Fresh Zerglings to munch on with their 1-1 attack and armor. That outdoes my 0-0 on the Mutalisks. And my own Evo Chamber, I have 1, just not the 1-1. Problem is, though, I have Mutas. He does not. Down goes the Overseer. The Crawlers doing their job to try and poke down the roaches. It's not going to be enough, though. The level 1 weapons are not going to be done in time. The roaches do the correct thing, go straight for the mutas, the one thing that counters them, and it also stops the upgrades in the process. Meanwhile, level 2 weapons and armor on the way here from SC2. He has 27 roaches coming out at a time. He's got a proxy hatch in his main base right there. There it is, pumping out more units, and he's also got the inject larva going down. He's got this game. He knows he's got this game. Question is, can he make more roaches than I can kill? That's going to be the question. He does take down quite a few workers, tons of workers taken care of there. Though I do have a giant ball of mutas who would like words. Meanwhile, roaches don't care for my mutas. My mutas apparently can't be bothered to attack. The queen manages to save the day. Here come more roaches, though. Roaches aren't happy. They will go for the queen, they'll go for the workers, they'll go for the buildings. And without anybody to take that fire away from them, they will just keep on going until they are stopped. The mutas trying like mad to do something, but the glaive worms just aren't beefy enough to get through that level 2 armor. This is a problem. For me at least, it's great for Master Slippy. He doesn't care that I got roaches. He can just power straight through everything that I have. He does not care in the slightest. Okay, you got mutas? That's great. I don't care about your attacks. Goodbye. Meanwhile, back at the home base, he does that sport pulse up and running while he's still pumping out roaches at the tune of 27 at a time. That's what you call not good. They're going after the lair now as workers are dying fast and furiously here. Good micro by this one roach as they go to finish off the worker count. Do they go for the spire instead, or do they go straight for workers? They are going for the workers, but the broodlings actually doing their job and helping things out there. Thank you, broodlings. Meanwhile, 3 queens sort of just hanging out. Not doing too much. Not doing too much of anything, really. Meanwhile, this drone decides, okay, we're kind of in trouble here. We lost a hatchery. That's not good. Maybe I should go build a 4th base. And there we go. 4th base up and running. Meanwhile, Overlord down as I try to take down the supply that's just, casually floating around. 1 roach waddling his way. Oops, 1 roach waddling his way into the army. Will happily poke at these drones as soon as they get in range. They just won't, though. And unfortunately for him, he's been spotted. And the glaive worms popping out of those mutalisks finish the job. Hatchery being rebuilt now. Spire up and running. No upgrades as of yet. Meanwhile, Hydralisks now coming out as he does a tech switch, does Master Slippy, which is the right call to make. Roaches are great, but if I can match his production capacity and take down that ball of roaches with some reliability, that's going to be a problem. But when 27 roaches at a time are coming at you in an endless wave, that's a problem. Big problem. Meanwhile, Spinecrawler's trying to help along with all those queens and mutas. It's a spirited defense and nothing else, but the roaches they really don't care. They really do not care in the slightest. Down go all the drones. The inject larvae is a waste. Down goes the hatchery. The broodlings are gone. They don't care. More mutas on the way here, but the mutas simply cannot punch through that level 2 armor. It's just too good. Queen is trying to block the ramp. You're trying to save this hatchery. That's not going to happen. Cancel to save what money I can. And the roaches just continue to run roughshod over my army. More mutas popping out as fast as I can make them at least aspire so, but without any gas production, that's not going to be a thing for much longer. Mutas, they're playing the catch-up game, which is not good. They will again go straight for the spire. They will deny the level 1 weapons upgrade and deny production of mutas entirely. However, without drones on the field, that really doesn't matter. They go straight for the spawning pool next. No Zerglings! That's going to be a problem. The mutas, though, the muta count is starting to grow. Unfortunately for me, the Hydra count back at the other base is also growing by a substantial amount. Look at the unit count here. It is 50 workers to a mere 7. Now 10 for me as my work count has been absolutely demolished. Still some larvae on the field, though. 22 Hydras to 23 mutas. I'll take the Hydras. Meanwhile, the Overlords falling. Trying to keep that supply block in place. Still a long way to go as the mutas. Not sure what their next move is. Queen's Hydra Roach moving out. Those Hydras, though. And unsurprisingly, with that extra range upgrade, Yeah, it's no contest here. The Hydras rip through with their range, their armor, and their weapons. I know I've been beaten. There's the GG. Master Slippy says he's rusty, but he was going up against someone who is absolutely atrocious at Zerg. Just another little slice of my life in Silver League-ish. My name is Rituro. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you've seen, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, favorite, tell all your friends about the videos being hosted at youtube.ca/steelswords. Of course, you can always reach out to me on Twitter at @ThatRituroGuy, or you can watch me record all these episodes live and do some fun live streaming on twitch.tv/Rituro. Once again, my name is Rituro. This is my life in Silver League-ish. We'll see you next time.